Hey, and good afternoon. Welcome to Live at Lunch. I'm just wondering if Reggie's going to be joining us. Bless his little heart. I don't know where he's... Oh, he's just toddled off, bless him. Right then, see if I can get some better light on the subject here. Oh, technicalities, eh? Getting the ring light the right way round. That might help shed some light on the subject. So then, if you are joining me, do say hello. Let me know who's watching in the comments so I can welcome you in. I'm just going to let this get going a little minute so some of you get the notifications. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Getting those notifications. So if you're joining me, do say hello. I thought today I'd share with you 22 marketing ideas for 2022. I've actually got more than 22. So if you are watching live, grab a pen and paper and we can go through this because I want to really help you to be able to market your products. Hi Becky, may I have to dash? I've got 2 boys at home today. Oh bless you. Well, don't worry, you can always come back on the replay and catch up and come back for any ideas. So hopefully this will give you kind of a few tips on what you can be doing to basically market your makes, get the word out there, share with people what you're doing. Hi Melanie, lovely to see you. I've just seen your name pop up as watching, so hi there, thank you for joining us. So one of the things that I wanted to do before we get going is that Facebook continually changed the way they notify people about what's going on in the group. So if you haven't done it already, be sure to go to the 3 little dots and change the notification settings to see all, so that you see all the notifications that go on here, including the lives, because I don't want you to miss any of the top tips and obviously the massive networking opportunity there is with the other handmade businesses in here, because it really does help to support your business when other people can refer you to their friends. They might not be looking for your product, but they might be looking for a product that somebody else in the group does, and that's how we can build up our referral network as well, which is really important for our customers. So if you're watching on replay later on, do give me a hashtag replay or a rainbow replay, whichever you'd like to do, and I will come back and say hello. And if at any point you've got any questions, do drop them into the comment box and I will answer the questions as soon as I can, or if it's on replay, I will come back later and answer them then for you. Right then, okie dokie. So 22 ideas for marketing your makes in 2022. So one of the first things we can be looking at is you presenting yourself. Now, a lot of people don't like to go live, but I do find it's a really powerful way of people getting to know you as a business owner and as you as the creator, maker or the seller of your products that you've created, or if you're part of a business that sells on behalf of somebody else, people still need to get to know you. So the number one thing that I would say is dare to go live. Okay, it could be just a 60-second introduction live for you to say to people, hi there, I'm Becky, I'm going to say, and I create beautiful hand crocheted items, or however you describe them, perfect for all occasions. And it could be just as simple as that to get you out there and talking to people. So I would say I'm Emma and I create I help pet owners capture their beloved pet in glass through my pet portraits. So it's just as simple as getting out there and introducing yourself. And by doing it live, people can interact with you, but it also enables you to connect with people a lot better. The second way to do something similar is obviously to create a video. Now, it might be the case that you don't necessarily want to be on camera for your videos, and in which case you could be doing the time lapses. Hi Jane, lovely to see you. So I'm just going through kind of 22 ways you can be marketing your makes in 2022. I've actually got more than 22, but there we go. So another way is through video, and again, videos are really powerful because if you speak to to camera, people can get to know you. But you can also do, you packaging up your products. You can do a time lapse of you creating something. There's a whole host of different ways you can use video to be able to share with people what you're doing. You can create stories each day. Obviously, we know how big stories are. You've got Instagram and you've got Facebook for using stories. So create stories. You can create your batch of carousel posts. So using lots of images that obviously you can put onto Instagram, but also you can use those on your Facebook as well. Another big one for marketing your makes is to be using local groups. So not just the groups that we're active in like now, like this group where I ask you to share on a Wednesday and a Saturday what you're creating, and it's your opportunity to sell within the group, but actually going into your local groups. And they're quite a good way of getting to know people locally, because people do like to support local businesses, and specifically if we're making, people like to know that they're supporting local. They can get to know you, they can get to know where you are, and it's great to say, oh, I bought this from so and so, they're based just down the road from me. You know, people love to be able to tell the stories about where they've bought things from and how they get to know these people and how they made the connection. So don't underestimate how powerful it is to be able to share in what you create in your local groups. Okay, so we touched on videos, but in particular creating reels. So being able to create short form video and then repurpose that on Instagram, TikTok and Facebook. So out of one kind of quick burst video, you can then be creating three separate posts that you can reuse on 3 different platforms. So actually that's a massive time saver as well. So you've created your reel and then you can repurpose that onto Instagram, TikTok and Facebook. Obviously Facebook Reels is really new, so they're getting a massive push at the moment. So that's a really good way again of promoting your work. I do hope you're able to keep up with this. It's not showing me people making any comments, but if you do have any questions or comments, please pop them in, and I'll keep checking onto the computer that they're coming up. Okay, so what else have I got down here? Ask for guest expert slots in groups. So what do I mean by that? Just go into the groups that you're active in and ask if you could come and introduce yourself. Show people how you create your products. Show people behind the scenes of what you're doing as a guest expert within that group, and then you'll have the eyes of that group on your products, and that could be whether you do a video about your products or whether you do written posts. One of the other things they like to call them is takeover days. So if you ask if you can post consistently throughout the day about how you've built your business up and what you produce, that's a great way to build up new eyes on your business, and then you just gently encourage them to go over to your page, your Instagram, wherever it is you want to be collecting more people so that you can bring them together in your community. Okay, so asking for guest expert slots or takeover days is a really good one. Now, a big one that gets overlooked is updating your cover images. So be sure that you do a regular update of your cover image. I don't know if I've frozen in real life, but I'd frozen on the computer in a very unattractive pose. So yeah, it's still going. Okay, so update your cover image on your personal profile, and make sure you update your page as well. You've got that nice big area on your page where you can be updating, and it might be that you update it so that it's in keeping with your star product, your product of the month, or obviously if we're talking about events, you're updating it for your event. Okay, so your cover and your page images should be updated. Another great way to bring attention to yourself and your products is to regularly update your profile image, again on your page and on your profile, but also on your other platforms. If you're using TikTok and you're using Instagram, again, you can update those, and you know, it just brings some kind of refresh to your page and things like that. And it's the good thing about Facebook is if you update those, everybody gets a notification, so people are seeing you without you kind of selling them. And it might just jog their memory. It's like, oh yeah, I wanted a piece of glass, I need to get in touch with Emma, for example. And it does work, because I've had people contact me when I've updated my page banner, or I've updated my profile picture, so that makes a big difference as well. So number 11, edit your highlighted stories. So, you know, edit those to be saying what you want to talk about. Make sure they're highlighted to be showing what you want to focus on, and that makes life a lot easier as well, in terms of people being able to see what you're talking about quite easily on your profile. Okay, so I don't know if any of you blog, but it's always a good idea to create a blog, and then you can share that. And the blog could literally be about an event coming up. It could be about your latest product. It could be about a seasonal offer. Obviously, we've got Mother's Day coming up very shortly. So just create a blog and then share that blog all on the social media platforms. And you'll be surprised at how many leads that will bring in, which will you know, help with the marketing, and eventually will help with the sales. So creating a blog, another really good one, and people tend to overlook, expecting people to just get on and do it, and it's to ask for the testimonials. Ask for people to leave you a review on your Facebook page. Ask for people to you know, say a few good words about you on their profile, or ask people to go to your website and leave a review. But do ask for those testimonials, because they're really, really important, because once you've got those in, you can be using those time and time again as your social proof that what you actually produce people really like. So definitely ask for testimonials. For those of you who are watching, let me know, do you regularly ask for testimonials? There's no right or wrong answer to this. I'm just curious to know, are you regularly asking for those testimonials, and how do you find it in terms of being able to receive the testimonials? Are people forthcoming? Do they easily say, yeah, I'll leave you a testimonial? Do they then go and do it, or do you then have to ask again? Let me know how your process is for that, because I'm just curious to know how you're finding the testimonial process. Okay, so 15, email your previous customers. Okay, just email them and let them know about your latest product. Let them know about what you're interested in. So I have done, but not everyone leaves a review testimonial. Okay, so where are just out of curiosity, where are you sending them to leave the review? Are you sending them in a specific place? Or I've been getting in the habit more this year, asking for testimonials. Hi Donna, nice to see you. Lovely to have you join us. Okay, so emailing your previous customers. If you've not got an email list yet, don't panic. But what you could do is start to think about setting up an email list, because it's a great way to get in touch with people. Like I say, because you can ask them for feedback, but you can also start to share when your latest offers are, when you've got a launch on, what your star product is, because that makes it just a lot easier for you to keep in touch with people. So Becky says, I usually follow up once after an order, but never actually ask further down the line if they don't leave one. I'm having a mare with a glitch on my website with a review, so at the moment it's just on Facebook. Yeah, it's a good place to leave them, that Becky, is to ask them to leave them on Facebook. Because you can still screenshot those reviews and share them and other places so that people can see, you know, the feedback that others have given and the testimonials. So you follow up once after an order, but never actually ask further down the line. Yeah, if you're not getting enough people respond to you after that month, I would bring the month closer to when they've had it. I usually follow up once after an order, but never further down the line. So yeah, if you can follow up as close to it and then leave it maybe a couple of weeks and follow up again asking for it, and just tell them why it's important, and that will make a difference as well. And then you'll all know how big I am on following up, and that is following up with everything. Have they received the order? Can I have a testimonial? Or what do you think of the product? You know, following up if anybody's left you kind of some kind of interest in your products, go back to them, see if they're still interested, because you'll be surprised, they might have forgotten at the time, but by following up you've kind of rejigged their memory. So a good one is, and this ties in with local groups, is to reach out to the local press and tell them all about what you're doing and how, you know, how you're a small business in this particular area and you'd like to let more people know that you exist. And the local news is always looking for people to feature. They always want something to positive to talk about. So get in touch with them and, you know, just let them know you exist and tell them about everything you're doing. And again, you'll be able to share the testimonials with them, but it gets you another way of marketing your products within your local area. Because yes, we all want to sell further afield, but you know, don't forget people in our local community, because that makes a huge difference. So sharing on all your social media platforms. So if you're making and marketing something in particular, share it on all of your platforms, but share it more than once. Don't think, oh, I've shared that yesterday, you know, I can't talk about it again today, because we all know people don't see everything. And the more you talk about what you're doing, the better it is for your business. And you know, the more you can let people see what you're doing, the more it's going to soak in, and eventually they'll think, oh right, I need to speak to Becky, for instance, if I want such and such a product, or I need to speak to Donna if I want this product, or Jane if I want this product. So it does make a difference the more you can speak about it, because again, it's building up your network. Another good one for marketing your products is literally warm outreach. Okay, so that's reaching out to people that, you know, you've either spoken to before. I don't mean like people you've never spoken to before. This is, for instance, you've met them in this group and you want to reach out to them because you think you'd either make a good connection, or that you think you've got a product that would help them for what they're looking for, because they've perhaps put a post out saying, I'm looking for such and such, and you can warm outreach to them and say to them, actually, I've created this product. I think it would be perfect for you. And they might say no, but you know, the good thing is they might also say yes. So don't be afraid to use warm outreach. So collaboration, that's number 20. We're on collaboration. Always be on the lookout for who you can collaborate with. You never know. It's like Becky, maybe, I don't know, a bead lamp work bead maker might be perfect for some large items. I don't know. But always be on the lookout for partnerships that you can do, because a collaboration over competition every day of the week is so much better for our businesses. So if you can spot little areas where you could possibly collaborate, or where you could just literally come together and brainstorm ideas about working together, or who you know that you could help that person with, you'll be surprised at how that helps to grow your business and how that helps with the marketing of what you're creating as well. So 21 is asking for shares, and that's literally saying to people, you know, I've created this. Would you mind sharing my post? Would you mind sharing the idea? And literally, who do you know? You might not be interested in my product, but who do you know that I could show my products to? And again, that works really, really well, because you're getting yourself in front of people that possibly wouldn't have seen your work and what you're creating otherwise, okay? 22 is a little bit like the local press, but this is approaching magazines. So approach the magazines where you know your dream customers will be reading them. Go to the lifestyle sections, look at who's in that in the lifestyle section, who you need to be speaking to in that magazine, and approach the magazines, because obviously you know, if you can get your eyes into a magazine, that's great, that you've got something to talk about, because you're marketing the fact that you've been in a magazine that is marketing you. So, you know, it's that roll-on effect. That's a good tip on shares, Emma. Thank you. You're more than welcome, Donna. That's what I'm here for. So 23, I told you there was more than 22, is make sure you're sharing behind the scenes. Now, you might say, well, what I'm doing is not really interesting, but believe you me, people are so nosy, they will want to see what you're up to. I've done little over-the-shoulder shots of me just cutting out glass strips of squares, and people watch it over and over again. Now, I think it's really boring, but to people who don't know it and are not in my world, that's really, really interesting to them. So they really want to see it. And it's that kind of thing that people tend to share. So, you know, do those behind the scenes setups, show people how messy your desk is. I'm not going to show you mine because it's disgusting. And, you know, just share, you know, your environment that you're in and where you work from, and, you know, tell people about what it is that you're doing and how you work from home, or how, like me, you work from a she shed when you're creating your glass. And that makes a difference because, again, they feel like they're getting to know you. 24, not so applicable for you, Donna, because I don't think you need a care tip, but you could share care tips for your products. Okay, and when you're sharing the care tip, you know, a care tip from glasses, always wash it in warm water and vinegar, and that gives it a nice shine. Don't necessarily use those spray because they leave like a film on the glass and actually you can't get it clean again. So the best thing to do, a care tip for me, would be that. And if you want to see more of my products, my call to action would be go off and visit my Facebook page. So you've got a care tip, so you're adding some value, but also you're giving them a call to action of what you want to do if they want to go and buy some of your products. Okay, so you've got, that's a two kind of sided type of post. You're offering value, but then you're asking for a sale as well. Okay, so that's really good. 25 is write an informative post about why they should buy the product. So these posts, they can be shared anywhere. You can put it into a blog, you can add it to your newsletter, you can send it out. But the kind of post is where you're giving them information about why they should buy. So it could be that I'm sharing about my pet portraits, and the reason that somebody should buy is they can commemorate their pet. And not only that, you know, if they've had a pet that's passed recently, I can incorporate the ashes of the pet into the pet portrait, okay? And they need to buy that product because it's an everlasting memory. Okay, so it's given them some information about the product. I can tell them how they're going to get the ashes to me, how, you know, how I use the ashes, how they only need a teaspoon of ashes, I don't need the whole urn full. And so it'd be all the information on the process of creating that pet portrait, and then I'd be inviting them to buy the product by dropping me a message. Okay, so that's a nice informative post. So it gives the information about what they need to know about the product, about how it's created, how it will help them, and then you can ask them, you know, if to buy the product by simply messaging you, or if you want to, send them over to your page or to your website, whichever it is. So that's 25. And then 26, I am going to say this because you know I'm very big on this, is to plan a date for your Facebook event, okay? To host a Facebook event and literally use that as your platform for bringing new people to you, to market your makes to them so that they can see exactly what you're doing, so they can get to know you, they can get to like you, they can trust in your process. They'll see other people that have bought from you before at that event buying from you as well, and that means that then they are really, really involved in what you are doing. So that makes a whole different experience for them. I can see crying faces going up, but I'm not sure why people are crying. So if you can explain what that's for, then do let me know. So yes, number 26 for me is to plan a Facebook event date, and you know, use that as your promotional marketing activity. Use that as a platform to be making your sales and bringing new eyes and into your audience, and basically helping you to market your makes. Seth has been having fun leaving pictures. Oh, bless, that's okay, that's okay. As long as you're not sad, that's the main thing. And obviously, if you need help, I've got the Shooting Stars program that will help you with the planning, promoting, hosting, delivering and following up, so that you've got the whole package covered and you can be guaranteed to make more sales at those events. Right, does anybody have any questions about those 26 things that I've just covered? Is there anything that you want me to go back over? Can I answer any questions? Let me know, because that's what I'm here for. And we've got a couple of minutes before 12:30, and then I'm going to jump off. Not me at all. Really loving these tips. Lots for me to get on with. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Have you found it useful, Becky? Let me know. Have you found it useful? And to anybody who's watching, if you know any friends, any fellow crafters, any artisans, any makers, do feel free to invite them into the group, because the more people I can help, the better it is for me, because you all know my mission is to help as many handmade, artisan and product-based businesses. No, Donna, I don't have a cheat sheet, my lovely. No, this is just literally me scribbling down my ideas and literally getting it out into a live for you. So yeah, it's literally... Bring them in if you can. get as many people in, because the more people you can watch these lives, the more people I can help with these tips, the better it is for the ripple effect, because like I say, my mission is to help empower as many handmade, artisan and craft businesses as possible to make more money from their makes and be seen and, you know, thriving. So yes, several things I hadn't thought about before. I'll be rewatching with a notepad later when I don't have two kids in my ears. Yes, that's so important, isn't it? It was lovely to meet Seth the other day. He was so very, very cute when he was on our call. Right then, if you do have any questions, please be sure to just pop them into the comments and I will come back later on, of course. Like I say, if you know anybody else who's got a handmade business that this could possibly help, bring them into the group, because then they can watch this video as well, tag them in this and they can, you know, benefit from it as well, because these are quite often things that we don't think about doing, but they're really quite simple things that we can kind of get on with quickly and see results from. Right then, my lovelies, thank you ever so much for joining me. I don't think I've seen any more questions come up. I'm just going to have a little refresh, as you do. And where are we then? No more questions. Okay then, my lovelies, thank you so much for watching. Like I say, if you haven't already, make sure you change the notifications in the group, because I noticed that not many of you are getting the notifications. Change it to see all so that you don't miss anything, and whenever you need a question answering, be sure just to pop it into the group and I'll come in as soon as possible and answer it for you. Okay then, I will speak to you all soon. Thanks for watching and see you again. Bye for now.